So good afternoon everyone, especially to you mom. I am Rizal Junjus Tai, the second reporter of Group 2. So before I'm going to continue the table 3 of the non-numeric model, first let's have some recap. So last class meeting, we discussed about the project selection. So project selection means it is a tool or method or models that can be used by managers to help them select which project are they going to propose. So we also tackle the four generic process of project selection. First, we have the idea stage. So the idea stage is one siyang stage na kanang maghuna-huna ang manager o isang project ang ilahang i-propose and napod siya short description or definition. Second is the decision stage. So sa decision stage is magamit sila og criteria such as ang cost, ang benefits, or time required sa kanang project. So after that is ilaha siyang i-rank from most important to less important nga project. So there's a second stage is there din nila ma-realize na they can't do all the projects. They can't do all the projects. Like they can only prioritize one project at a time lang. So third is the action stage. So sa action stage is matawag na siya delicate because it involves money, persons, and responsibility. So after sa decision is mag-take na rin sila og action. So mag-set sila og mga persons para mag-on sa project management kasi tao sa project management kasi mga tao sa budgeting, sa timeline, kasi mga sa timeline. So, after that is the control stage. So, sa control stage, like, even though, humana ang even though ang kanang, nag-process na ang kanang inyong project, it doesn't mean na dili na siya kailangan bitaw i-check pa, dili siya need check. So, dapat sa isa ka project is na-check ka na bitaw na itao nga ma-assign na i-check ang kanang project. If ang kanang project is align pa ba sa goals sa inyong organization or sa inyong company. So, if align pa, so ang kanang project is continue pa siya. But if dili na siya align, so pwede siya ma-modify or pwede na siya ma-cancel. What's the point of pursuing a project if it doesn't support your strategy or the goal of the company, diba? So next is we have the two basic types of model. So first we have the numeric and non-numeric model. So when we say non-numeric model is wala ni siya nagamit ng scores or calculations. It is based on judgment, alignment, or opinion. When we say numeric models po, is nagamit ni siya scores, numbers, and calculations. Or na-involve siya ng mga numbers. So, kanya siya is, pwede siya makameasure of objective like cost, time, and subjective like importance or risk factors. So, let's proceed to the competitive necessity. So, when we say competitive necessity, it is a project is chosen to stay competitive in the market. So, ang company is ang isang company is na siya ka nga project. So, ang lahang competitors is sila magbuhat pud sila ingana nga project because if dili sila magbuhat og inato nga project no wala nga naa silang competitor, so mag-cause siya og or ma-fall behind sila. So, for example, isa sa fast food chain. So, sa fast food chain A is na sila online ordering and napod sila delivery apps. While ang fast food chain B is wala sila nga to nga app. So, if dili sila mag-create nga to nga app, so ang customer is mas pilon sa customer ang fast food chain A kaysa sa B because it is efficient and pwede na po sila maka-order even though they don't need to go outside. So, ang sales sa fast food chain B is mag-ubos while ang sa A is magtaas. So, even though nga costly siya, so dapat ang fast food chain B is dapat mag-purchase or mag-launch sila og inato nga app to remain competitive sa isa ka market. So we have here the three bulletins or bullets sa sample application. First is the undergraduate and restrictive graduate programs due to declining student enrollment. So, kanya siya is nag-refer siya sa academic restructuring project done to solve problems like ubos ang enrollment and mag-make sila og programs para maka-attract sa mga students. So, for example, is a college university. So, ilahang na-notice nga gamay ra ang mga students nga nag-enroll sa ilahang graduate program. So, para ma-fix tong problem, so ang ilahang gibuhat is nag-revise sila og curriculum, nag-add sila og relevant courses, and nag-offer po sila og flexible learning options. So, second bullet is that modernized manufacturing facility. So, kani nga project is nag-aim siya para i-upgrade ang equipment, processes, and technology to improve efficiency, quality, and competitive sa isa ka market. So, for example of this is the garment factory. So, sa garment factories, ilahang gi-alisdan ilahang manual sewing lines into automated machines para mag-increase or pas mag-increase ilahang production and para po makareduce sila og errors. So, the third bulletin is that it involves replacing outdated equipments with advanced technology para ma-improve ilahang precision, productivity, and para po makareduce sila og labor errors. So, for example of this is a metal workshop. So, metal workshops, ilahang gialisdan ilahang old manual milling machine with a CNC machine nga makaproduce og parts or pas makaproduce og parts and with higher accuracy using computer programs. So next is the product line extension. So ang product line extension project, it is about creating a new version or variation sa isa ka product nga nag-exist na. So for example, is shampoo brand nga nag-sell na siya dahil og shampoo but nag-launch gihapon siya og shampoo with conditioner. So shampoo gihapon siya but nag-add lang siya og features para ma-meet nila ang needs sa mga customers. Let's proceed to the sample application. The sample application is the new Apple iPad which also plays video. So, this means nga ang Apple is wala siya nag-create o kanang new product category. Instead, is ilahang gi-extend ang function sa iPads from music to music and video. So, music and video. So, sa kanang ilahang sa ilahang pag-extend is daghay customers nga ma-attract or daghay customers ang na-attract sa kanang product which is magtaas ang demand sa kanang product. Next is the comparative benefit model. So when we say comparative benefit model is kung unsa kadaghan ang mahatag nga benefit sa kanang product sa kanang or sa inyong nga company. So magamit ra ang comparative benefit model when there are many project options. Second is ang projects are complex, and third is projects are hard to directly compare. So we have here the example, or for example is sa kanang company. So ang company is namili siya between three company cars. So we have here the GM, Ford, and Chrysler. So for example is si GM, so na cheap siya but taas iyang fuel or taas ang fuel cost niya, while si Ford is medium price but fuel efficient, while si Chrysler is expensive but very durable. So after comparing sa benefits like cost, ang maintenance, ang fuel savings, so ang company is piliyon niya si Ford because daghan man siya na offer or daghan man siya benefits nga nahatag sa company. So next is the sample application. The sample application, we have here the selection of company's cars. So, for example, is ang car is or if mamili jud ka og sakyanan is dili siya ingon nga dali siya maka-compare or dali siya ma-compare. So, ang uban is fuel efficient, barato, o more comfortable. So, using the comparative benefit models, ang company is mamili siya og sakyanan na maghatag siya og benefits or daghan niyang mahatag nga benefits sa inyong company. So next, we have here the criteria development. First is the realism. So ang good model is dapat iyahang i-reflect ang real-life conditions, not an idea or imaginary situation. So, dapat iyahang i-consider ang goals organizations nga limited lang ang money, people, and technology o ang possible risk like ang delays, customers rejection, or technical failure. So, for example of this is a ang construction company. So, sa construction company is they plan nga mag-build sila og mall. So, ang realistic na model is dapat iyahang i-consider nga limited lang ilahang budget, ang availability sa ilahang skilled workers, ang rest of delays due to weather. So, if ihatong i-ignore ng mga realistic model, so ang ilahang model or ilahang project is matawag to siya nga unrealistic. So, let's proceed to capabilities. So, when we say capabilities, is dapat ang model is powerful enough para mag-handle og projects over several years or mag-identify og unsa nga project ang mas best bitaw or makahatag og pang long-term benefits. So, next is flexibility. So, the model should offer convincing outcomes among the conditions that the firm will experience. It should have the ability to be effortlessly modified or to be self-adjusting in answer to change in the firm's environmental like tax laws, change, new technological advancement, alter risk levels, and a change organization's goals. So, when we say flexibility, is dali ra siya maka-adjust when ang conditions is mag-change. Because in business is, di ba, dali ra mag-change ang environment sa business. So, dapat ang model is dali ra siya maka-adapt sa mga laws, mga bagong laws, sa technology, sa pag-change sa goal sa company. So, for example is, sa isa ka business or ang business is nagplano siya nga mag-invest sila og solar energy. But suddenly, ang government is nag-introduce sila og new tax incentives para sa renewable energy. So if sa flexible model or flexible ang imong model, it allows the company nga update ang tax assumptions, ilahang recalculate ang project benefits o mag-adjust or dali sila maka-adjust sa mga decisions. Mao na siya ang flexibility. So, next is ease of use. So, the model should be realistically convenient, not require a long term to carry out, be simple to employ and comprehend. It must not need out of the ordinary explanation, data that are hard to obtain, unnecessary personnel, or out of stock equipment. So, when we say ease of use, di ba kay dapat ang model is dali siya masabtan, dali siya magamit, o practical siya sa manager. So, it should not require nga kanang maggamit pa ka og mga complex math nga ang makasabot lang is ang mga experts magamit og rare data or daghan pa magamit nga mga tao para lang mag-function na siya nga project or kana nga model. So, we have here the example. So, for example, is a small business. So, ang small business owner is nagamit siya og simple scoring sheet para ma-compare nila ang project instead nga magamit sila og advanced financial software. So, tungod kay hasa naman sila or dali ra pud and paspas ra pud ang ilahang paggamit sa kanang scoring sheet, so ang decisions is dali ra pud siya mabuhat. So, next is the cost. So, the data gathering and modeling cost should be low in relation to the cost of the project and must certainly be less than the probable benefits of the project. So, when we say cost is, so if magamit ka og model, like, kibali magamit ka og collecting data, analysis tools, dapat ang cost sa imuhang model nga gamiton is ubos siya kaysa sa cost nga imuhang magamit sa imuhang project. So, less than the expected benefit of the project or much lower than the cost of the project, because if dako ang imuhang spend sa imuhang model nga imuhang gamiton, so ang kuan is ang kana siya nga project is makuha na siya into wasteful. So for example is ang company. So sa company is gusto siya magpalit og machine, then ang cost of machine is 500,000 pesos. Then it would be unreasonable para mag-spend ka og 200,000 pesos para sa analysis software para nga maka-decide. So instead, magamit na lang ka og simple low cost evaluation model. So if magamit ka og model para sa imong project, mas ubos ang iyahang cost kaysa sa project. So last is the easy computerization. So when we say easy computerization, the model should be simple and suitable to collect and accumulate the information in a computer database and to maneuver data in the model by using commonly accessible and the standard computer package programs. Similar simplicity and handiness should relate to moving the information to any standard decision that supports systems. So, dapat ang model is dali siya makastore og data sa computer, compatible with common software like Excel or databases, then easy to integrate with decision support systems. So by the use of easy computerization is dali makasave ka og time ug maka-reduce po ka og errors. So we have here the example. So ang example is ang Excel spreadsheet. So ang Excel spreadsheet is to compare projects. So ang data is dapat save siya, updated siya, and naay access ang managers. And also ang ang data is dapat pwede po siya magamit sa report. So this makes decision making faster and more reliable. So let's proceed to the table 4 or the numeric models of project selection. So first model is the payback period. So it measures the time it will take to recover the project investments. The formula is payback period equals total cash out over average per period cash in. So ang kaning payback period, it will tells you how much or how long it takes para mabalik imuhang money nga imuhang gi-invest or after nimo gi-invest sa kanang project. So wala siya nag-measure sa profit, nag-measure siya sa recovery time sa kwarta nga imuhang gi-invest sa kanang project. So ang formula is total cash out or the initial investment over average cash in per period, or the money the project earns each year or month. So we have here the example. So for example is a small business. So nagpalit sila og printing machine. So ang cost sa machine is 200,000 pesos and the net income per year is 50,000 pesos. So 200,000 pesos divide 50,000 pesos equals 4. So it will take 4 years para ma-recover ang imuhang kwarta nga imuhang invest sa kanang project. So let's proceed to the sample application. So we have here the first bulletin. So ignores the time value of money. So ang worth sa or mas dako pang worth sa kwarta karon kaysa sa worth sa future. But sa payback period is equal lang ang pag-threat sa payback period. Next is assumes cash inflows for the investment period and not beyond. So it only looks at earnings until the investment is recovered and ignores after sa imuhang pag-invest. Next is assumes cash inflows only during the payback period. It only looks at earnings until the investment is recovered and ignores what happens after. So for example, if this is a 2 projects, so both ilahang payback is in 3 years. So ang project A is wala siya na-earn after 3 years, but project B is na siya na-earn every year after 3 years, which is 100,000 pesos. So sa payback period treats them as equal. So even though ang project B is much better. Next is ang last bulletin. Does not consider profitability. So ang project is dali ra maka-recover ang iyahang cost, but iyahang earning or iyahang profit is gamay ra ang mabalik. So, for example, is Project A or Project B. So, ang payback ng Project A is in 2 years. Then, na siya profit nga 10,000 pesos. While si Project B is, iyang payback is 4 years and na siya profit nga 300,000 pesos. So, si payback period is mas favor siya kang Project A because dali raman balik iyahang gi-invest nga money even though gamay ra iyahang profit nga nabalik. So, even though si Project B is more profitable, but ang iyahang profit nga makuha is dugay pa or dugay pa mabalik sa iyaha ang kwarta. So, the interpretation. So, sa interpretation is a shorter payback period, the better. So, why is it that the shorter the payback period, the better? Because gamay ra ang risk, fast ang recovery sa money, and useful when cash is limited or uncertainty high. For example of this Project A or Project B, so ilang payback is Project A is 2 years, si B is 5 years. So, si Project A is preferred sa payback period because dali naman nimo makuha ang imuhang kwarta because sa payback period it will tells you how long it takes para mabalik sa imuha ang kwarta nga imuhang gi-invest sa kana nga project. So next is the IRR. So when we say IRR is that internal rate of return or the IRR. IRR is the discount rate which equates the present value of the future cash flows of an investment with the initial investment. So, IRR is mo siya ang rate of return sa imuhang project or imuhang gi-expect nga maimuhang ma-earn. So, more specifically, ang kani siya is mo siya ang discount rate that makes the net profit value or the NBP equals to 0. So, bali, for example, is ang project na ako project, din ako ang project is na siya RRR of 15%. So, it means nga ang project or ang expected nga earn sa kanang project is 15% per year ang kwarta nga ako ang gi-invest. So, let's proceed to the sample application. So, the first bulletin is the IRR does not consider cost of capital. So, IRR looks only sa project return and ignores how expensive it is to finance the project. So, for example, is ang project or nakoy project din ng IRR is 13%, but ang company is nagborrow siya og money. So, ang cost nga ilahang gihuman nga money is 14%. So, even though nga kanang nindot ang ako or good ang ako ang IRR sa kanang project, but ang project is na siya malus nga money because mas dako pa man ang inyuhang gihiram nga kwarta kaysa sa inyuhang IRR or mas dako pa man ang cost kaysa sa return. The next bulletin is that cannot be used to compare projects of different duration. So, ang IRR can be misleading when ang project last for duration is dili bitaw sila ka parehas og length sa time. So, for example, is Project A o Project B na sab. So, ang IRR sa A is 20%. Na siya last for 1 year. While si B is 15% last for 10 years. So, si IRR is iyang gi-suggest si Project A is mas better. But ang Project B may generate or dako siyang profit or total profit nga makuha over time. So, sa kaniang IRR, so dapat ang imuhang project nga imuhang pilion, the higher the IRR, the better. So, next is the interpretation. So, sa interpretation is natay duha ka rules, accept or reject and choosing between projects. So, first rule is that ang project, ma-accept pa siya if ang IRR is greater than or equal to the required project or target rate sa inyuhang return. So, if ang IRR is less than sa target rate, so ma-reject ang project. So, next rule is the choosing between projects. So, When comparing mutually exclusive project, so dapat ang imong pilihan nga project, just like what I've said earlier, is ang project nga naay taas og IRR, because the higher the IRR, the better. So third is the net present value. It is numerical present calculation that shows the present value of an investment based on expected income from that investment in future years minus the cost of the project. So, ang kaniyang net present value or the NBP is it will tells you o pila ang value or profit sa kanang project ang ma-add after considering the cost sa karon and the money nga ma-earn in the future. So it calculates present value of the future earnings minus initial cost. So why man ang present value? Because ang just like what I've said earlier, ang kwarta or ang worth sa kwarta karon is mas dako kaysa sa worth sa kwarta in the future. So for example is ang business. So ang business is they have plan nga magpalit sila og machine. Din ang cost sa machine karon is 100,000 pesos. So ang expected earnings nila over time or the present value is 130,000 pesos. So imo na siyang i-minus. So ang total na is 30,000 pesos. So ang project is mag-add siya og 30,000 pesos of value, so it is worth considering. So next is the sample application. So we have here the 4 bulletins. So the first bulletins is that same NBP but different project lives or salvage value. So ang project is na sila or equal sila og NBP but different ilahang duration or ilahang resale values. So next is ang second bullet. So ang project is na sila kanang strategy on how to earn money or lahi-lahi ilahang ways para maka-earn sila og money. So third is assumes future interest rates are unknown. So ang NBP is nakadepend siya sa discount rates but ang future rate is magbag-o. So for example ani is ang inflation is magtaas, so ang discount rate is mabag-o, then ang NBP is affected ang NBP if magbago or mag-change ang discount rate. So last bulletin is assumes payment at the end of the period, which is not always the case. So but sa real life is ang ang income or ang payment is monthly siya or upfront. Dili siya ingon nga mahitabo lang siya ang payment at the end of the period. So next is sa interpretation. So we have here the positive NBP and the negative NBP. So when we say positive NBP is ang project is mas dako siya og na-earn kaysa sa required return. So acceptable siya. So matawag siya negative NBP if ang project is gamay ang iyahang ma-earn kaysa sa iyahang cost. Mao na siya ang negative NBP. So if choosing between projects, so dapat mas pilion jud ang taas og NBP kay if taas ang NBP nga mahatag, better ang project nga mapagawas. So last is the benefit cost ratio. It is the ratio of the present value of cash inflows at the required rate of return to the initial cash outflow of the investment, also known as the profitability index, and the formula is BCR equals PV in over PV out. So ang kaning benefit cost ratio compares of how much benefit do we get for every peso we invest. So for example, ani isa ang eskwelahan. So ang eskwelahan is nag-invest sila sa computer lab. So ang cost is 500,000 pesos while sa expected benefit is 750,000 pesos. So i-divide na sila and then ang equals is 1.5. So for every 1 pesos nga ilahang gi-spend, ang school is makagain siya og 1.50 nga value. So next is the interpretation application. So we have here the first bulletin. So works only under simple capital constraints. So, useful lang siya if nakay limited budget or limited na imong budget o ang project pod is independent. Second bulletin does not work when any other constraint is imposed. So, useful when you have limited ang bulok. Next is the sample application. First bulletin, we have here the profitability index can be used only to choose projects under simple. So, useful lang imong project if limited lang imong budget o ang project pod is independent. So, second bulletin does not work well for mutually exclusive projects. So, if you can only choose one project, ang benefit cost ratio may mislead. So, for example, is project A na siya'y kuan nga 1.8 or small project siya, while si project B is 1.3 large project siya but dako iyahang profit or total profit. So, si benefit cost ratio is mas favor siya kang A kay dako man ug mahatag or dako pan ang balik sa imuha. But si B, even though kuan siya kanang So next is the sample application. So first bulletin is that useful imong project if limited lang imong budget and imong project is independent. So second bulletin is if you can only choose one project, ang BCR may mislead. So not good for independent project. So ang some project or urban project is only work if ang isa ka project is humana. So dapat one project at a time na siya. Next is the interpretation. So sa interpretation, if ang PI over BCR is greater than 1 is acceptable siya. While if ang PR over BCR benefit cost ratio is less than 1, then ma-reject siya. So dapat when it comes to comparing a project, dapat imong pilihan nga project is taas og PI or profitability index as long as ang PI is greater than 1. Before I'm going to end this discussion, I will leave a quote that the essence of strategy is choosing what not to do by Michael Porter.